Awakenings and Beginnings Dance Festival started last year in 2013, and it was kind of given to me as a gift. My mentors, Stephen and Misa Kelly, they were just so gracious, and they gave my dance company a space subsidy grant.
I first came to know Noelle when our company was invited to perform at Moore Park College, and shortly thereafter she approached me about the woes of an emerging artist and trying to get one's work out into the world. And last year she asked me about what I thought about the idea of her launching her own festival. And I said, well, one, you've got to know it's a lot of work and it's a lot of stress, but it's very rewarding.
And with that grant, we were able to use Diavolo Space as our home for the festival. And we decided this year to reprise that as well.
And on dialoguing with Noelle, I recognized instantaneously the stamp of what I would call the artist's soul that isn't always measured by the nature of the work, but the passion and the commitment to the work.
Awakenings and Beginnings, which is very, very symbolic. And Awakenings is almost like you're going deeper with your art and trying to awaken it even further and deeper. And Beginnings for those emerging artists who are just starting out, who want a venue, a professional venue to present their work.
And I was completely and totally blown away with how she pulled it off. And particularly in Los Angeles, it can be very difficult to get the community to come out. And she not only sold out, but we had to turn people away.
I find that festivals, dance festivals in Los Angeles are very, very important. It gives an artist and also the viewers a chance to sample their work and to start following particular companies. It gives a dance company an opportunity to present their work where no opportunity existed in the first place. It also kind of tends to be a little bit of a festive party because we all have similar heartbeats, so it's really nice for us to gather together. Sometimes we can go a few months without seeing each other, so it's kind of nice to be able to share our art and perform on stage together. The process for any dance company to get into this festival, we have invite only, and we also have an opportunity where they can submit, and we always put the link up during the summer usually, towards the end of the summer, and they could submit. If they click on the link, they get a form and they send it on our way, and we review all the submissions.
I initially met Noelle on some of the different productions that I've done. I run LA Dance Festival, which is a festival of master classes and performances, and we met through that. My studio is located very close to Diavolo Space, where this excellent performance is taking place. And I'm very pleased to know Noelle and be part of this renaissance in dance in LA.
The LA dance community is just such a tightly interwoven community in a lot of ways. And Noelle actually volunteered for a couple of events that Invertigo was running, and eventually she asked us to perform in this showcase she was producing.
And it has been such a good experience working with Noelle. This is basically my first time being in a company, and I'm so blessed to be with her. And she's such a passionate choreographer. Everything she does comes from her heart, and that's the best thing ever.
I've been dancing for 10 years in another country, and when I came here, I've met Noelle. She's such a wonderful person. Her dances is really about real stories, about real feelings. It's such a pleasure to work with her because she knows what she does, and it's always something interesting, and it's always something new. I love her. She's such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person.
I met Noelle a year ago, and it became quickly evident that she was highly competent and able to do all sorts of things in addition to just silly office stuff that we do. And so she just kind of dove in and became part of our, workforce.
The viewing audience will see when they come to our festival is a lot of passion. All of the artists have a deep expression, and I believe from my experience from the past 2 years that each of the artists that come, they tend to open up in a way that I haven't seen in other venues, and I believe they also see a bit of camaraderie, no competition. We all really support one another, and I think that's very, very important. That is something that my mentors taught me, Misa and Stephen, and I think it's important to kind of like carry the torch with that. I know that this is a very competitive environment, dance, but it's not a philosophy that I practice or follow, and I want the audience to feel that as well. And I want the audience to feel welcome, almost as if they're a part of our family, the dance family.
And I wanted to speak a little bit about why I think this format is so valuable. There's a saying that there are as many ways to make dances as there are choreographers, and I think there are as many ways to organize as a company as there are choreographers and companies. And most of the artists that come out of an academic setting, they're trained for a certain paradigm of the pyramid model of the superstar status that makes it to the top, but in reality there's like maybe this much, very, very, very few, and that model is, I think, is beginning to become outdated. So what do you do when you have these people on the planet that they obviously came here, this is a part of their profound life work, that and it's not right or wrong, it's just a different way of organizing where you take a little bit more of a socialist approach rather than it be all about me and my company and I want to be world famous. If you have the resources and the ability to organize, well, just scoot over on your chair a little bit and go, hey, you know, I want to give you opportunity. I want to nurture growth. And what I particularly appreciate about Noelle, and also there's another artist in the community named Amanda Hart who does the Hart Pulse, she does the Mix Max Dance Festival, is she's open to people from outside of the community. In the 20 years that we've been making dances, I have found that most communities are very insular. If you're in LA, not very open to people from outside of LA, San Francisco, just San Francisco, New York, just New York, even in Santa Barbara, just Santa Barbara. And if you're interested at all in creative growth or artistic excellence, it's just essential that you be exposed to work of creatives who are also community-based artists from other places. And so that's one thing that I really appreciate about Noelle, is that she has welcomed artists from outside of Los Angeles here. Last year it was just our expression that came up, and this year there were 3 choreographers from Santa Barbara that shared work.